In meditation lately, I've been continuing to explore time and space, two things which I don't have a firm grasp on quite yet. But something I recently noticed is that both time and space are thoughts. And thoughts are just mind and not real in a practical sense. Let me try to explain what I mean. So, I think it's easier to understand how our ideas of what's going to happen in the future, our worries, our projections, those are thoughts. We might think that we're not going to get the job that we interview for next week. And then in reality, maybe we do get the job. So that's just a thought. It may or may not be real. I think that's an easy way to begin understanding this. Well, thoughts about the past are also not quite real, right? You think about how you failed the test in second grade and you still remember how ashamed you were. Well, the thought you have about that is filtered through your own perspective. Maybe there's some reason why failing that test was particularly traumatic for you. Maybe your parents ended up getting mad or they're very strict. Whereas for somebody else, that thought of the past would have been completely different. Would have been like, oh, well, failed a test. It's second grade. Everybody, fails tests in second grade or whatever. So it's very similar to the way we project the future. We don't actually know what's real. And when we think about the past, we don't actually know what's real. What's more challenging, for me at least, is reflecting on how even thoughts in the present have this same untrue, unreal texture to them. So when you're looking at an object in front of you, for example, there's a thought overlay that says that object is a computer screen, let's say. And then there's another thought overlay that says that computer screen is separate from me. And another one that says it's some distance from me, maybe a foot or two away from me. All of those are thoughts. And how do we know any of those thoughts are real? In the same way we don't know whether thoughts of the future are real or thoughts of the past are real. We don't even know if thoughts in the present are real. If we use our subjective experience, what actually tells us that there's distance between us and the computer screen? If you reach out and touch it, you have a visual of something that seems to be happening. Maybe you feel the sensation of the screen on your fingertips. But without the thought overlay of distance, those things don't actually mean that the item is apart from you. Now, this way of thinking about time and space is somewhat new to me and still weird. Very, very weird. But I really think there's something to it. There's no evidence in my experience that there is distance or time, because the past is a thought, the future is a thought, the distance is a thought, and my experience, the sensations in my body, perhaps the sounds in the room, even my visual senses, don't prove to me that any of this is real. So I would love to hear your thoughts. If anyone has come across any insights about time or space using this self-reflective process, please do share.